guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and to the very first 5 series. I was telling you guys I'm going to bring you some new content, and this is one of those series. So in each episode we are going to do 5 things. My dog just moved and scared the bejesus out of me. Whew. So in today's 5, as you can tell from the title, it is going to be 5 party dishes. They're not full-on meals, but this one that we're starting off with I feel like is perfect if you go to, like for myself, I go to a lot of moms meetings. Typically they're in the, you know, mid-morning to early afternoon, and I'm going to bring a little brunch item, and they are the little egg cupcakes, egg muffins that you see floating around. I've seen BuzzFeed do them, I've seen other food bloggers do them. Not to be like hipster about it, but my husband was the very first one I saw do this, and way back in the day when we very first got married. And so I love this because there are so many different variations you can do to make it your own and cater it to maybe if you have very picky kids like I do. You can hear one in the background. Because this is in the kitchen, because this is cooking, it's going to be very laid back and chill. So you may hear right now Toy Story playing, or my son quoting Toy Story. So like I said, we're gonna do the little egg muffins today. I'm gonna leave some more suggestions down below that I came up with that you could do and change it for dinner time. Maybe you're going to a party or a potluck or anything like that, and you could do like Philly cheesesteak if you have leftover steak from the night before, or if you want to do this fresh from scratch if it's not for your family. I feel like your family doesn't care if you put leftovers in your meals. You could slice up your steak really thin and do some mozzarella, some onions, and some peppers. You could do a mushroom Swiss ham option. You know, there's all kinds of things. So for me personally, I am a bacon. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and link all of the tools that I use and any gadgets that I have down below, or something similar if I can't find it. Obviously food is not gonna be linked down below, but either way, I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy this series, please let me know down below in the comments. Again, I'll write out each recipe that you need, like what you need for each recipe, sorry. And then, like I said, some links will be down below for anything you may need. Other than that, let's get started. Okay, so for this one I am using extra large brown eggs. These were on sale. I have eyeliner, literally, it's permanent on my hand. So these were on sale. You don't have to use expensive eggs, especially if you're doing this on a budget. You can get eggs, depending on what store, for like 99 cents. This can be a very budget-friendly meal for yourself. Like I said, this series is catered to easy things to bring to parties. So this is just something that I choose to use, and they were on sale. They were about the same price as a regular extra large egg. So I'm gonna start off with 6 and see how much that gets us. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off in a glass bowl. So this is traditionally a sifter, but I am going to use it to strain the egg. So that is what it looks like after you're done straining it. You can see all those like harder, clear, like gooey bits that are in there. So I don't want that in my eggs. I just want the nice yolk mixture with minus all that. Like, doesn't that just look like boogers? Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm going to season our egg mixture, which is nice and smooth. My #1 seasoning that you will see me use endlessly in this whole entire series is cavanders. You can find this in, it depends on your store. Sometimes it's in just with regular seasonings, and sometimes it's in like the world foods, because it's like a Greek seasoning. So like with the Asian foods, with the Hispanic foods, things of that sort. So just look in both places if you can't find it. But I love this because it has everything in it. Like, you don't need 8 different little spices. It has garlic, it has, let's see what else, black pepper, salt, garlic, and then it has like oregano, onion, and then it has a secret spice. So I don't know what else is in there, but I just love it because it's a one and done kind of spice, and it's very unique and so good. So just gonna mix that up. We may need to do another batch, but that is okay. Because of the sifting, it takes a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and spray our muffin tin. Our oven is set at 350. My suggestion to you is to start off by pouring just a little bit of egg in the bottom. So that way your toppings or fillings, however you want to look at it, aren't going to stick to the bottom and burn. So I'm just pouring a little bit in each one. Okay. So these are the toppings or fillings that I decided to go with. I have my bacon that I fried up earlier and got it nice and crunchy, depending on how you like to do it. I have 3 different bell peppers, and they were just the little baby ones, chopped up spinach, and some Asiago cheese. And you can, cater it to however you want. I am a bacon freak, so I'm gonna put a ton of bacon in each one. I just love bacon. I know it's not the healthiest thing, but it is my favorite of any of the breakfast meats. I don't prefer sausage at all. So, put that. Bell peppers have so many great benefits to them, so that's why I did so many of those. There are also, you'll see like recipes where people saute their fillings, and that all depends on you. I personally don't love soggy vegetables, so I feel like the stir fry plus baking them will just make them a little bit on the softer side. And some people absolutely hate crunchy vegetables in cooked items, so again, just cater it to how you want it. Alright, and then we're gonna throw in some spinach. Probably went a little hard on the spinach, but spinach again is so good for you. Okay, so off camera, I'm gonna make another batch of our egg mixture and finish pouring them. Oh yeah. And I'll be right back to put them in the oven with you. Okay, so like I said, our oven's at 350, and you can kind of, if one's too full, one doesn't have enough, you can kind of scoot them between the two. This is real life, I'm not a chef, just so everybody knows. Let's get my watch up there. And we're gonna put it in the oven at 350. Now, while those were absolutely delicious, the flavor is really good, I love the fillings that I chose, I will tell you that that was the first time that I used that avocado spray, and it didn't work. So yeah, they're literally like muffin tops. I want to remain honest and truthful with you guys. I don't want to, show you a recipe, it completely mess up, and then be like, look at how beautiful it is. It was crazy simple, and then have something terrible happen to you while trying to recreate this. So, truthful and honest. My kids ate, I want to say like between the two of them, they probably had 5 of these little cupcakes. I had 2 myself, and now I have leftovers to feed them in the morning for breakfast, or maybe tomorrow night for dinner. And I can just melt some more cheese on the top of it and rebake it. I feel like microwaving eggs doesn't really taste very good, but I wanted to also share my favorite Tupperware with you, which is the Pyrex. If you watch my vlogs, you'll know that I'm starting to switch over to all glass Tupperware and get rid of all of my plastic, just to help on certain beliefs of, the plastic leaching into food and beverages. So I just want to share these with you, the blush pink. They have navy and I think white as well, and those will be linked down below. Starting on the ugly dip, your main ingredients are going to be a bunch of green onions, or what are they called, scallions. You're going to get 2 8-ounce packages of cheese, a pepper jack, and an extra sharp. And your base is going to be the paste picante. We have always used the medium. And then you can get a can of the already chopped black olives. We were at the dollar store for a more affordable option. You can get these and chop them yourself. If you are not a black olive lover, don't let this deter you, because I absolutely loathe the taste of olives, and you can't taste it because of the mixture of the ingredients. It's just perfect. For my ladies on here who have spicy mouths, you can do a can, they come real small, of diced jalapenos or green chilies depending on your flavors. If you love hot, you'll know the difference between the two. And then also Pace offers a hot option for the salsa. But this, like I said, Ugly Dip has been a family recipe since I probably was born. My mom got this from a potluck that she went to. So we're gonna grate up the cheese. We are going to slice the scallions and chop the black olives. Your Ugly Dip is gonna go into the fridge overnight. Even 2 days is really, really good because, again, it just gels and mixes and so good. Okay, so for our pinwheels, which make them a little bit different, we're going to start with of the same salsa that we used for Ugly Dip, which is paste picante. So you're gonna do 3 tablespoons of the paste and 1 8-ounce package of the cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 handful of the scallions, and you're going to take your fork and whip it up. So this next part is all depending on preference. Like my mom just said she does not like them with meat, and so I'm gonna do one without on a regular flour tortilla. So we're just gonna take a pretty good amount. You do wanna go edge to edge on this. So then you're gonna roll it. And you're gonna do it kind of tight. Baby sister. And then also having the cream cheese on the edge is going to give you that seal. So then either saran wrap or what I have is called press and seal. You're gonna take it and make sure you have enough room on either side of the tortilla. I'm just gonna roll it tight as well.
And honestly, they last, you know, for
days.
Oh yeah, like you could do it 2 days ahead of time and they'll taste good because they
soak in.
Correct.
So you want to make these ahead of time for your party. My suggestion is at least a day, but preferably 2 makes it taste better. Just because the tortilla softens and soaks in the cream cheese and the flavor. So now I'm gonna go for a meat option. Again, this is purely customizable. The first meat that I'm gonna use is a turkey breast. This is from Oscar Mayer and it's their natural brand. I try and be as low on artificial, nitrates, nitrites, all that. So I think that why I like these so much more than like the store-bought ones is because of the cream cheese blend. The ones that you typically buy are usually like mayonnaise. It's like essentially a sandwich. It's like mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, and meat. This little salsa cream cheese recipe just makes them a little bit different. So again, you're gonna wanna leave your cream cheese at the top because that's what's gonna hold your tortilla together. So I'm gonna leave that. So now we're gonna do a roast beef option. We have ours in a Tupperware. We're gonna seal them up and put them in the fridge. Okay, so next is not a family secret, but I do feel like every family does it different. So this is our spin on deviled eggs. So we boiled our water, and then a little trick that may not be known to everyone is my mom throws hers in cold water to help it peel easier. Okay, so the ingredients that we are using, obviously, mayonnaise, real mayonnaise, a bit of sweet relish, and then a pinch of spicy brown mustard.
And you mush up, always mush the stuff. So you can always add more, which is what I learned over the years. So do a couple of those.
When you say a couple?
Yeah, very nice size ones.
Like two?
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we'll start with that. And just a little smidge like that to give it a little flavor.
Okay, and then how much sweet relish?
Just like a teaspoon.
Like full?
No, not full on, just like a real. 1, 2, 3.
Like this?
Perfect.
Was that too much?
No.
Well, I don't care because I'm not eating it, but.
And then I never salt and pepper it because people, you know, when I sit down with an egg, I usually salt and pepper it once it's on my plate.
Okay.
But I love paprika on it.
La ti di di da. Okay. Okay, fifth and final snack that you can bring to a party. I know the lighting is a little bit darker. We are at my parents' house for Memorial Day weekend, so I'm gonna make these for tomorrow, which is actual Memorial Day. So the 3 ingredients you are going to need is, first and foremost, the salami. The gallo is definitely my favorite for this. It's thin enough to roll. It has a really great flavor. Sometimes it's just on an end cap, it's not refrigerated. Sometimes it is in the refrigerated section with the other deli meat. You're going to need a cream cheese. This is our local stores, and I did a chive and onion. You can do regular. I don't suggest the whipped. I suggest just the regular because the whipped it's like too thin and it gets really watery overnight. And then the last thing are the deli sliced pepper rings. Does anybody remember back in the day these used to be called banana wax peppers, but now they're just pepper rings, so the mild. And so I'm gonna show you what to do. It is literally the easiest thing of life. I did the chive, and you're just gonna take a little bit. You're gonna spread it on the center of your salami. You're gonna take a pepper ring, and I always break mine apart just because it sits in there easier. Make sure there's a little bit of the cream cheese on the end, and that's what's gonna seal it in. And you're gonna do about 15,000 of those. It's time consuming, but this is gonna be a crowd pleaser, I'm telling you. And so I'll show you when they're done. And here we are. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes to do a whole entire pack of salami. These always taste better the next day, so I highly recommend you, same with the ugly dip, same with the Pinwheels. Everything tastes better after a little bit of marinade and mixing of the flavors, so I suggest doing these the night before. Obviously, this is Memorial Day weekend. We're barbecuing, we're hanging out, we're watching the Pacific. So I have mine on a paper plate. You could totally put these on a beautiful platter and do like a really pretty circle and like layer them really nicely and, you know, like cascading upwards. You could do all kinds of different things, but these are what they look like. They are delicious. They're not overly spicy for the people who are worried about that, who do not like spice. It's more of like a savory, like the pepper rings are almost like vinegary, like a pickle, but they have just a little spice, like, but not spicy. I don't know how to, if that makes sense, but a little bit of kick. So that is gonna be it for this very first 5 things that you are going to be able to take to a party. If you guys liked this video, I hope so, because my mom and I have been working on this for literally weeks. We've done a couple more series of the 5s. I want to keep this going as long as you guys enjoy it, obviously. So let me know down below in the comments. I appreciate you watching so much. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you are not already, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!